Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. I have on my Fry-yay shirt today to celebrate one of my favorite days of the week. For today's math lesson, we are going to be working on subtraction number stories. Now, if you think back to yesterday, we were working on addition number stories where we had two groups and we put them together to make a larger number. Now, with subtraction, we'll be starting with a larger number, taking some away, and ending with a smaller number. And when we do subtraction, we use the minus symbol. Now I'm going to do a few examples in this video, and when the video is done, you can try some of the practice problems that are listed on the learning guide. You can also play the Starfall game that is linked there. If you just click on that blue link, it will take you straight to the Starfall game for you to practice some more subtraction number stories. Okay, let's get started. My first problem says Landon had 6 markers. He gave 2 markers to Owen. How many markers does Landon have now? Well, I'm going to use pennies to represent the markers. And Landon had 6. So let's count 6 together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the next part of the story says he gave 2 markers to Owen. Now if he's giving those away, I can show that those ones are gone by taking them and moving them to the side. So I'm going to take 2 away. 1, 2. How many markers does Landon have now? To find my answer, all I have to do is count the ones that are left. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 markers left. So my answer is 4. I can show this with a number sentence as well. Landon started with 6, so I'm going to put 6 first. That's my bigger number. And then he gave away 2, so I'm using the minus symbol to show subtraction. He gave 2 away. And then there were 4 markers left. So I use the equal sign, and 4 is my answer. So it's really good practice to write those number sentences to match the stories. Let's try another one. This one says Sammy had 8 books. He shared them and let Caden borrow 4 books. How many books does Sammy have now? Well, we know he started with 8, so let's count out 8 objects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Sammy had 8 books and he shared them with Caden. He let Caden borrow 4 of them. So I'm going to take 4 of them and move them to the side to show that Sammy doesn't have those ones anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many books does Sammy have now? All we have to do is count the ones that are left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to write a number sentence to match the story problem. Sammy started with 8, and when we do subtraction, we put the bigger number first, which is 8. And then he gave away 4 to Caden, so I'm using the minus symbol to show subtraction. And there were 4 books left. So we can read this as 8 minus 4 equals 4. All right, let's try another one. Gianna had 8 carrots for snack. She gave 3 carrots to Jalen. How many does Gianna have left? Well, she's starting with 10, so let's count out 10 carrots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And she gave 3 of them to Jalen. So we're going to move 3 of them off to the side to show that those ones were given away. How many does Gianna have left? Well, let's count together. This time I'm going to move them into a straight line to help me keep track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gianna has 7 carrots left. Let's write that as a number sentence. She started with 10. Then she gave away 3. So we use the minus sign. And that equals 7 carrots left. 10 minus 3 equals 7. Now for this one, I'm not going to use objects. So if you don't have small objects at home to use for these problems, you can just use paper and pencil, or you can even write with marker and crayon to solve these problems. So I'm going to pretend this white space is my blank paper, and I'm going to use the pen tool to draw the story. It says Nikki and Brennan were playing with cars. Nikki had 9 cars. He shared 4 cars with Brennan. So if he gave 4 cars to Brennan, how many cars does Nikki have left? Well, I'm going to go back to the beginning here where it says Nikki had 9 cars. That's the first thing I need to draw. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time drawing the cars. I'm just going to draw circles to represent the cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And he shared 4 cars with Brennan. So he's giving 4 of them away. So we need to show that those ones are gone. And we can do that when we're drawing or writing by crossing the objects off. So if he gave 4 away, then I'm going to mark 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are the 4 that he gave to Brennan. How many cars does Nikki have now? Let's count what's left over. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my answer is 5. Let's write that as a number sentence now. Nikki started with 9, and he gave 4 to Brennan, so we use the minus symbol to show that we took those away. And that equals 5. Nikki had 5 cars left. 9 minus 4 equals 5. Let's try one more of those. This will be our last problem for today. It says Haley had 5 balloons. She gave 2 balloons to Blake. How many balloons does Haley have now? Well, I'm going to start by drawing the 5 balloons. 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are Haley's 5 balloons, and she gave 2 of them to Blake. I'm going to show that 2 of them are gone by crossing them off. How many balloons does Haley have now? Well, let's count what's left. I see 1, 2, 3. So my answer is 3. Haley started with 5, and we're taking away 2. And then there were 3 left. Notice we start with a bigger number, we take some away, and we end with a smaller number than what we started with. So 5 minus 2 equals 3. Okay, that's it for all of the examples that I'm going to show you today. So go ahead and try some of the practice problems that are listed on your learning guide. Once again, you can use small objects that you have at home, like pennies and paper clips, or you can use dry erase boards with a dry erase marker, or even paper and pencil to solve these problems. Just use whatever you have at home and have fun with it. Bye, everybody.